Let me sit my ass down before I fall all the way down. Okay? How you doing? Hi, you made it! Thank you so much for being here. I know you could be anywhere. It's Friday night. It is Friday?
Yes, right.
It's Friday night in Cleveland. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So now look, it's the sit-down tour, so sit down. Okay? Make yourselves at home. We're gonna have kitchen table talk, grown people conversations. Don't judge me. Oh hell, go ahead, you always do. Look, welcome to the sit-down tour. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully I've established with you that this is not talk show Wendy. I mean, I know you're here because you watched the talk show. Thank you. Season 7 begins. Season number 7 begins. September 14th, I can't fucking believe that our messy little show, the little engine that could, is so in it. And it's because of you, thank you. But this is the other side of me, because we all have many sides to our personalities. And this is the side where the FCC can put that where back there. Like, the FCC has nothing to do with this. This is just me telling stories. Like you're at my house, don't judge. And by the way, as you social media tonight, please hashtag Wendy Williams Tour, okay? Okay. So you know, I'm no comedian. I'm just a girl from Jersey who might say things in a funny way. Funny how? I don't know. But here I am. I'm a storyteller. I'm not a comedian. Now, knock, knock, who's there? Nope. 3 girls walked into a bar. Nope, nope. No. Relax with the Kardashian. Do you like my set? Thank you. Because here's my thing. Because Suzanne is not here. Shut up. Okay? You'll see Suzanne on September 14th. Okay? When the new season begins. Thank you for loving my Suzanne. No, seriously, thank you. Listen. So I'm traveling with this set because I'm thinking that, you know, like my girlfriend Kathy Griffin, you know, she stands in the middle of the stage with a mic, but she's funny as shit, and maybe you don't need a background. But for me, this is my first time at this rodeo. And in case you don't like my jokes, I can distract you with a good set and a glittery disco floor. Okay? And DJ Omanaya, who's hot, but he's married. Okay? Omanaya plays the music on the Wendy show in between the commercials. So when I say we'll be right back, then he turns the music up and everything gets turned down. And DJ Booth is still at the show. Omanaya and Booth do it both. I see you watch a lot. Thank you, ma'am. But what I'm trying to establish on this tour, because we're doing 12 cities, tomorrow night we wrap it up in Chicago, but what I've been trying to establish is that this is not talk show Wendy. And I've even told you that, like, before you purchase your tickets, just make sure you understand there's salty talk, and just by my outfit, like, can't you tell? This is not the talk show, okay? Okay? How you doing? By the way, this outfit will be burnt after the show. This is not how I go pick my kid up at school. This is not how I go to the grocery store. I'm only doing this for you because to me, this is like the sit-down tour hashtag ratchet. So I just have to establish it right from the jump. What it is at 51. So I haven't been in Cleveland for too long. Like, we just flew in here. We had a connecting flight from Chicago. We got here like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't seen much, but I know this is the home of LeBron. Congratulations for winning him back. Your city is looking good. And you know, I'm the turn-up queen. Not all the time, but some. Okay, so I understand that Metro 9 is where I go after this? Well, that's according to Ramona, who's working here at the venue. And then they told me about some sort of strip club. I like this club. Do you all like the strip club? Do you recommend me going to Secrets tonight? Look, I heard there was a strip club here called Secrets, that's all. I'm not saying I'm going, I'm just saying that I like to have options. I'm out here on the road gets lonely. I'm not a lesbian, but I do like girl strip clubs. I don't like guy strip clubs because I think all guys who strip are gay. The stereotype, I know, but that's me. Fuck it. Like, don't shake your gay junk in my face. I'm not turned on. And the girls, the reason that I like the girl strip clubs is because I don't mind helping a girl on the come up. There is not room at Harvard or on TV or whatever for every single one of us. Some of us gotta string our way through nursing school or whatever you're doing. And I don't mind patronizing the girls. Does that make sense? And I'll be in there beating it up. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, pow, pow. And the word bitch is not always bad. In the case of being in the strip club when the music's playing, the word bitch fits perfectly. Pow, bitch, pow! And, I love the ratchet strip clubs the best because the girls do the most. And I only go to the strip club, my husband and I, we like a strip, we go together as a couple and what? And what? Don't judge me. Oh well. But here's what happens. Every time I go to a strip club, this is what happens. Look. I have to hold on. I don't want to fall off like I did on TMZ. Okay? Look. So here's what happens, right? So I'm the stripper, but this is me back here, right? Look. Boom, 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 boom. And she's doing the most. I don't have coordination. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to drop it like a sock. Look, just rock with me on this one, okay? Look, so she's doing the most, okay? And I'm sitting back there, and I'm slipping money in her crack, and I'm throwing money at her, and I'm beating her ass, calling her bitch. The trap music's playing, I'm like, yeah, bitch, go. And she's doing the most. Next thing you know, I get this. Miss Wendy? What, bitch? What? Miss Wendy? I just want you to know, mind you, big, giant, smelly ass. Just a big, giant ass in my face. And I'm smacking it and throwing money at it. Miss Wendy, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. Like it's Ask fucking Wendy at the talk show, okay? I am turned up on brown liquor, most likely Hennessy, and you are blowing my high. Look, I'm only doing this, I'm working my way through, teaching school, whatever. Like, fine, bitch, just twerk. Fine. Like, you caught me at the wrong time. Like, girls always feel guilty. Like, if you see me and I don't have on a pencil skirt, please don't feel like you have to approach me like you have something to prove, okay? I'm just Wendy from Jersey. Don't blow my high. Mm-hmm. Are you having a good time? I'm so glad you're you're here. And I'm so glad that you now understand that everybody has multi-faceted personalities. I know you accept yours, but you don't know mine. So some of you might be shocked tonight. Some of you might want to throw tomatoes and never watch my talk show again. Oh well. I mean, not oh well. What I mean is, just watch if you want. Are you watching I Am Kate? Well, let me tell you this about Kate. What you're looking at is a 65-year-old woman. And as far as I'm concerned, she looks pretty damn good. Number one. Seriously. That waist is snatched, and she got that feminization of her face. Excuse me. And I don't know what she's done with her hair, but she's not wearing wigs. And I don't know whether it's a weave or what. I'm trying, like the hair is on fleek, as the kids say. But here's the giveaway. The knees, the hands, and the voice, honey. That's Bruce all day. But she's walking around town and she's having a great time. Listen, you know, I'm a person who stands in my own truth. And I believe live and let live. Whoever you are, whatever you do, live your life. I mean, the sad part about Bruce is that it took him 65 years to become Kate. So he has not stood in his own truth. So now he's really celebrating. She's out at clubs all the time, walking around the street. Look, that's beautiful. Right? Let's see another one. Beautiful. Boo, then you're a hater. Let's see the final one. Let's see, okay. I'm not big on the still pictures of Kate because the still pictures can be airbrushed and stuff. But I'm not watching the show. I was interested in the show for the first night and I haven't checked back in. Turns out that a lot of people haven't and the ratings are falling. And you know, the big deal with Kate at this point is she going to keep her dick? Well, I got a little advice. By the way, a shout out to the gay, lesbian, and transgender community. You're all my people. You're my people. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You all make me feel sexually corny, though I do have to say, because I am heterosexual to the bone. I've never been with a woman. I have a trap. Don't want to be part of a trap. If I was a lesbian, I'd be a bottom. Like, you can do me, but I'm not doing you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you do me. I'll lay here and accept, but I'm not doing you. Ugh. And Dr. Oz says that a pussy, excuse me, better than saying cunt. Which is not, that's, you know how you have words that aren't your favorite words? I hate cunt, but I'll take pussy. Dr. Oz says, a pussy is a self-cleaning oven. Well, this is coming from a man. Dr. Oz is my friend, I love him, I've been on his show, he's been on my show, but let me tell you something right now. Sit down, Dr. Oz. Because if that's how your wife takes care of her pussy, like she doesn't tend to it, she just lets it self-clean, then you can imagine what their bedroom smells like after they fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, a pussy is not a self-cleaning oven. It is a part-time job. You've got to trim it, you've got to wax it, shave it, manicure it. At least twice a month, you've got to sit on the mirror and be sure everything is good in there. Right? Then you got to douche it, and then people tell you don't douche it. because if you douche it too much, then you wash out the pH balance and a pussy is a fucking mess. That's why I say to Caitlyn, keep your dick. Please don't get a pussy. It's just more headache. Thank you. Turn on the lights. I just want to see if people are smiling. Okay, no, good. Thank you. Is this show too raw for you? Thank you. I mean, we all have this side to our personalities. Don't judge me, I'm judging you. Like, really? Come on now. I told you this is not talk show Wendy. She reappears on September 14th. By the way, I will. Look, El Chapo, the killer, is still on the loose. How are you gonna kill over 1,000 people and be on the loose for over a month? They aren't even talking about him anymore on the news. He's still on the loose. He might be here. In which case, who's fucking him? Because El Chapo is fuckable. Okay, stop. Let's talk about... No, don't say classy. There's nothing classy about this show. This show's a fucking mess. Which is the way I like it. I like it wild and sloppy. Thank you. Look, El Chapo's killed over 1,000 people. So he's a serial fucking killer. Don't you watch the news? Look, he escaped from a maximum security prison like a month and a half ago on a unicycle. He put a bicycle in his shower and drives away in the Underground Railroad like Harriet Tubman. Next thing you know, he's loose. Now look, what I feel guilty about is thinking El Chapo is hot. Can I talk to you? Can you not judge? Okay. Can you just look at his swirly good hair? Bangs. Mild cheekbone. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow that's hot. He's not rich, but he's connected. Okay? You don't kill 1,000 people and escape prison on a unicycle and be going for a month and a half without being connected. But look, he's got the 5 o'clock shadow. And maybe because I'm a big girl, so I like a man with big shoulders because I'm feeling like he can pick me up and toss me. And we all love to be, you know, at the end of a long day. Who doesn't love to come home and be picked up and tossed? That's all. Those shoulders, he looks like he could hold me up. Is he hot to you? Clap if you think he's hot. See, El Chapo can get it, even though he's a killer. And I feel bad about finding serial killers hot. He's not the first one that I found hot. But I've never had a forum to express this. I'm certainly not going to do it on Hot Topics. But can we talk privately? Scott Peterson is the business girl. Exactly. You would fuck him every which way loose. And the one that I like best is the Scott Peterson with the beard. How very Ben Affleckian is he? If it wasn't for the fact that he killed his wife, Scott Peterson could get it. Clap if you agree. Okay? I knew I wasn't the only one, and this is the thing about this stand-up tour. It's not, like I was telling you, it's not jokes, it's stories. Like, this is what I feel. Do you feel this way? So you are my people, because you fucked Scott Peterson too, if he hadn't killed his wife. And I know the room is going to go crazy at the next serial killer hotness. Aaron Hernandez. All day. All day. Excuse me? Okay, he killed his best friend. And he's in jail for life. But if he hadn't done that, Aaron Hernandez is a good-looking man. He's young and flexible. He's got big shoulders. He'd probably do you real dirty. And he's got a good contract, well, he had one, with the New England Patriots. Wouldn't you fuck him? Clap if you fuck him. That's all. So I loved being in college. College. Ow! I graduated from Northeastern University in Boston, Massachusetts. Yes, I go Huskies, exactly, Northeastern Huskies. I majored in communications and I minored in journalism, and I always wanted to be either a newscaster or a radio personality. The radio worked out, the rest is history, ta-da. But I was involved with the college radio station, which I loved. You know, first time I touched a mic, I was like, in love. You know, I loved a microphone before I loved a boy, just like, wow, here I go. I also dabbled in some coke. It wasn't a full-blown habit. I had a wealthy roommate at the time, slash best friend at the time, and she always had the 8 balls. But I didn't have the money of my own, because I grew up, you know, working class. So I didn't have money to catch a habit. But you know, but here's what happened in college that could have sent my life in a whole different, I would probably be dead. At the very least, I wouldn't be here right now with you good people. But I made the right decision. Can we just clap for the right decision? Thank you. Now let me tell you what had happened. So look, you know every college has like the quad or that area where all the kids, you know, everyone congregates and you can see all the hot guys and the hot girls and you walk through that. Do you know what I'm talking about? At Northeastern it was called the quad. Well, one day I'm walking through the quad, I'm minding my own business. I'm a college student. I had my Etienne Anye book bag. Do you remember Etienne Anye? They were our first Gucci's for many of us, you know, as younger girls. I had on my Bass shoes, B-A-S-S. Do you remember the Bass shoes? Remember they said Bass at the bottom? So you flick your ankle real hard so bitches knew. Bass, bitch, Bass, okay? My Gloria Vanderbilt blouse and my Sassoon jeans. Okay, so look, so I'm walking through the quad and I'm minding my own business. And next thing you know, this older man approaches me and he's like 15 years older than me, but hot. And I'm like 18, but he's hot. He had on a suit and a tie, and he was tall, like a basketball player who maybe didn't get drafted, but still had the basketball body. Turns out, he was friends with basketball players, and his name? Skip the Honey Dip. And when he approached me, I'm looking around like, cause you know, all insecure, you know, you're a young girl, and Skip is all dressed nice, and his car's at the curb, double parked, $1.25 deuce. You know what that is? A Buick Electra, yes. $1.25 deuce, that's what they called it. His $1.25 deuce is parked in the parking lot, and he asked me for a date. And he says all the right suave bowl of shit to make a young girl like Wendy feel like, okay. And I'm a broke college kid. I'm 5 hours away from, you know, Jersey, and I'm trying to figure out life. And college is more than just classroom. It's also about lifestyle. So Skip the Honey Dip approaches you, you say yes to the date, and you go. The next night, he picks me up at the dorm. All the girls in the dorm are like, oh, shit. You know, because I had bragging rights now, because this is grown man with a deuce and a quarter outside. He wore a suit with a tie. It smelled cool water. He smelled good. And I had on my Cinnabar, okay, with opium moisturizer. Do you remember Opium Girls? Okay. A little Gina Tay after the shower. Ow, 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 burn, 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 but you learn. And I put on my Levi's and my polo shirt with the 3 buttons and my Bass shoes, and I go on to the date. So now we look totally opposite. He's dressed in a suit, and I'm dressed like a college girl, but he took me to a Coup. Now look, a Coup is one of these high-end restaurants that you don't go there unless your parents are visiting you on the campus, and they want to give you like a charity meal. You know how when your parents visit you, they take you to Target, and they blow the budget? And then they take you to a real good restaurant, and then they say bye, and they drive back to New York. Do you know what I mean? But he took me to a Coup. And we blew trees in his car on the way there. So I was fucked up. This is back in the 80s. I was in college from 82 to 86. So mind you, this is back when you could smoke weed in the car. Now, you better not smoke weed in your car, okay? I'll call the cops on you. Trust me. I'm the old lady at my window, driving and calling cops on any furtive movement. So we blew trees, otherwise known to smoke weed, on the way to a Coup. I was fucked up. We get in there, I ordered the poo-poo platter. A little bit of everything, just shut up, just a little of everything. And then he orders us a scorpion. And the scorpion is like a gigantic martini glass with 2 straws. I never 2-strawed it with a dude before, so this is like, oh my God, I am with Skip the Honey Dip. He's got a deuce and a quarter. I am high as hell off the best weed in Boston, and now we are meeting face to face in a scorpion. I might be in love. Or at the very least, see a person to take advantage of for a few coins while I go through college. So after dinner, everything is lovely. He pays, he over-tipped, he drove Suave Bowl, we smoked more weed going back to his house. We got to his apartment. It's the penthouse of a skyrise overlooking the Charles River and the entire Boston skyline. I am like, bitch, talking about me. You better do this. And I knew exactly what was about to happen. And I'm not a slut, but I'm practical. And I'm smart. And I'm intuitive. So he presses the button, and the filming, like I could see all of Boston through like sheer curtains, but he presses the button and the curtains open up and the windows are clean as shit and the balcony is there and the Al Jarreau is playing and he's loosening his tie and he's a grown man. I'm a stupid college girl. I kick off my Bass shoes. I know exactly what's about to go down. And next thing you know, he pushes my head. Excuse me. When a girl gets herself in a situation, be very clear. She knows what's about to happen. You bitches who go up in situations like this and then try to all of a sudden, you know, squirm, sit down. Okay? You shouldn't have been there to begin with. I'm not a slut, but I was a slut that night. I knew exactly, like I knew what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? So, the motherfucker pushed my head. Skip the honey dip. Hold on. So he pushed my head, and the slut that I was for that night, of course. But immediately on contact, I was like, what the fuck is that smell? Number one. Number two, on. And I'm younger than him. So I wasn't as aggressive as I am right now. Like right now, like don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? That's what's good about being 51. Like now I say exactly what the fuck I feel as opposed to holding the shit in like I did with Skip the Honey did. Because I was like, what the fuck is this skin? Okay, I had never run into this shit before in my life. I never smelled that smell and I've got a pussy. This shit smelled way worse than pussy. And my tongue, and what is that tangy flavor? I've never run into an uncircumcised penis until that point, and I will shoot one off if it ever happens again. That's it. That's it. Like, so fucking disgusting. Mother Nature's great, but sometimes doctors need to take the wheel. Trim that shit, get that shit. Like when our son was born, I was like, okay, God, you're gonna make him have, you know, so he doesn't have to go through. Skip the honey. Oh, by the way, he ended up being a pimp who was procuring girls to fuck around with the Celtics. So he was trying me out. But that one night that we did it, and I was so turned off by the dick, I didn't even answer the phone calls for the following, but I found out, yeah, he went from campus to campus, from BU to BC, Tufts, Harvard, securing girls to fuck with the Celtics. So I say all that to say, if it wasn't for that dirty dick, I might be a hoe right now, and not in, like, So I guess thank God for dirty dick. Listen. Are you all turned up enough? You saw the bar before you sat down, didn't you? You have a little buzz? All right, a little something, okay. I don't know, sir. Ignore that. Thank you. Listen. Have you ever been in the room with a dead person? Not a funeral. I'm talking about a person who died and you're right there. Well, I have. And it was very profitable. Look, okay. I was 14, so please don't judge. Oh, go ahead, judge. Look, I was 14, and my grandparents lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Which is like exactly, okay, you know Elizabeth. Yes. And so Papa lived on the bottom floor of a two-family house, and Grandma lived on the top floor. But Papa was out for the day, and I was the only one home. I was upstairs with Grandma, and I was working as usual because I'm the middle child. So the fact, like my sister was always the princess, you know, go off and be a lawyer, and you know you're beautiful in this. And my brother, just being a boy, he's younger than me. He's 3 years younger than me. So I was always like the leftover in the middle. Don't tell them, but I won. Mm-hmm. They're not sitting here talking to you all. But anyway, okay, so look. So I'm working like a slave at my grandmother's house with the carpet sweeper. Do you know what that is? That's that vacuum you don't plug in. It just does nothing but distribute more dirt all over the house. But old people think it does something. So I'm carpet sweeping, and I got the potatoes boiling because she liked the boiled potato. Her with butter, me with no butter. She would always tell me I'm fat, stand up straight, whatever. Like so much of, don't worry, I'm in the chair. Grandma's not. Anyway, so I'm cleaning the house, and Grandma's like 95 years old at this point, but she's got it in her head, which is the worst kind of old person. The kind of old person who, even though they're broken down, you have to help them do shit, but they got a slick mouth, and they know exactly what they're saying. That is the worst that's the kind of old person I want to be, okay? Pick me up and put me on the toilet. In the meantime, I am reading you the whole time that you're carrying me. So look, okay, so I'm carpet sweeping, the potatoes are boiling, Grandma's in the bed, and she's watching The Young and Restless. It's the middle of the day in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'm 14 years old, there's nobody in the house. Okay, so then she tells me I have to go to the bathroom. Well, fine. You know, I'm a big husky girl, I'm 5'11". Tonight, though, I'm 6'5". I've got the unmitigated goal to be like 6'5". I am Amazonian, like very long talk, like whatever. But I love it. So look, being a big husky girl makes you strong, and so I go in her room. You know, she calls me. I pick up Grandma, put her on the commode. You know, the commode is the thing, it's not a real toilet, it's got that bowl and you have to dump everything in the toilet after they go, right? And it's got 4 wheels, but it's got a brake so that it won't roll. And it's got bars right here. So I put Grandma on the commode and I leave her and I go back to finish carpet sweeping, pour the buttermilk. Old people love buttermilk. Pour the buttermilk, pull off the boiled potatoes, make them up, and then I go back to check on her. So I walk in the room, and this is what I'm seeing. And I'm like, look. I'm like, Grandma? And now I'm pushing her head. Grandma? She's not doing anything. So I get on my knees and I look at her and you thought I was gonna fall off, didn't you? Fuck you, okay? No. Wigs are always attached to the vest. I can sleep in them, I can do whatever. I say a wiggy knows how to attach a wig. Anyway. So I'm like, Grandma? And when I get on my knees to look at her face, her teeth, and she had a full set of fakies, top and bottom. They were jutted to the front of her mouth, being held like by a piece of spit, like dangling. So I pushed her teeth back, and I'm like, and I was a candy striper and a Girl Scout. I know I'm gonna check a pulse. Dead. I'm 14. This is before cell phones. This is even before 911. This is back in the day when you press 0. Okay? So I'm like, okay, Grandma's dead, and I'm so stunned, and I'm by myself. I couldn't even cry. All I could think of was, let me just preserve her dignity before I call the authorities, because if she's dead now, she'll be dead in 15 minutes, so I might as well just clean her up and put her back in the bed and straighten her wig and push her teeth back and just make her look pretty so that when the authorities come, my grandma has some dignity, right? Isn't that what you do? She was already dead and I was by myself and I'm 14. So I clean her up and I take her off the commode and I put her on her bed. But it wasn't like a real bed, it was like one of those beds for older people that you get from the hospital. Like it was like a hospital. It was a bedroom, but it was like a hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? Because at 95, the clock is already ticking. You know what I'm saying? You just want to make them comfortable. So I picked up Grandma, I put her on the bed, the mattress slipped. She wasn't on the hospital bed. She was on, not the floor, bitch. I will not drop my grandma, okay? She said on the floor. Look, so I didn't put her on the hospital bed, I put her on her regular bed. The regular bed that she slept on for 150 years, the mattress split, all this money fucking fell every place. Now, I'm John Quiones. What would you do? Well, I'll tell you what I did without even thinking. I divided everything in half. Okay? I walked away with almost $10,000 of Confederate money, which, by the way, spends the same as regular money. It just looks different. But yes, I figured Grandma would have liked that shit. I was the one who found her and put her wig straight and pushed everything back and then called the operator. Why wouldn't she have wanted me to get paid? I think that she's forgiven me by now, but yeah, that's my experience with a dead person. Mm-hmm.